Hello and welcome to SNN TV. This is Saeed Azimi and we are here to discuss the circumnavigation of the Iranian Navy fleet around the globe. It took 8 months and it was a historic achievement because this was the first Muslim country that circumnavigated around the globe. To discuss this issue in depth, we are here with Robert Fantina, journalist and author from Canada. Hello sir, thank you for joining us. For my first question, if you have anything to say to our viewers.
I'm happy to be here discussing this issue today.
Thank you so much.
I look forward to. What it says, among other things, is that Iran is a prosperous country, despite the sanctions that have been put on it, that it is able to protect itself, that it is able to expand. Iran's navy and the fact that it was able to circumnavigate the globe in this way, despite these brutal sanctions, shows that Iran is a country that can take care of itself, that has the resources, both the human resources and the necessary physical resources to do what it needs to do to protect itself from its enemies. Now, the EU and the United States and other entities that have sanctioned it would be much better off in reaching out diplomatically to Iran rather than violating agreements as the United States did several years ago under Donald Trump. This was a clear case of a violation of an agreement that had been made in good faith by Iran and other countries. The United States violated it, issued these sanctions. It caused Iran to redirect some of its internal methods of for its economy and so on. And despite some difficulties, this recent accomplishment shows that it doesn't need the rest of the world. It can rely on its own allies and itself to progress.
A very good point, because this journey actually was made using all homegrown equipment. So very good point, and in line with what you just said. As you may be familiar with Alfred Mahan's theory, countries that want to contain their rivals should use naval power. Do you think that with this move, Iran has challenged the United States' maritime supremacy?
Iran has certainly shown that the United States is not alone in ruling the oceans. Other countries do have significant navies, but with this move, Iran has taken a new step. It has moved into a new area of maritime power and influence. The fact that it has, as you mentioned, with homegrown materials, accomplished this shows that it is not willing to bend to the will of the United States and other countries that seek to force their will on the people of Iran. So this is an important step for Iran. Alfred Mahan talked about mainly a maritime force as defensive. The United States, of course, uses its maritime force offensively. That's not something Iran is interested in. The Iranian government is only interested in defending its own people and its own borders from aggression, and this accomplishment will help it to do so.
Exactly, and regarding what you just said, in line with this again, the United States has blatantly threatened Iran that it will continue to be present in the Persian Gulf waters. And Iran has maintained time and again that extra-regional actors should not be providing the security of the Persian Gulf and the Middle East. So what do you think do you think there is a possible confrontation between Iran and the United States with this threat?
I think neither country wants that because they know it would be disastrous. But the United States is not in the Persian Gulf to protect anyone. It has shown that by the fact that it has, in the whole Middle East, it invaded Iraq 20 years ago. It has destabilized Syria. It supports the apartheid regime of Israel. These are not things that lead to peace and protection of people. They only lead to further suffering of people. The United States, which seems to be taking a lesser role in the Middle East now, and certainly, hopefully, in the Persian Gulf specifically, is not that has no business being in the Middle East. It needs to worry about its own problems with its own borders, and they are many, and allow other countries such as Iran, Iraq, Syria to deal with their own issues and let the people in those countries come up with solutions to their problems, which they are more than capable of doing if they don't have to worry about being bombed by the United States. So I don't think there will be a war between the two countries, because it would be everyone knows what a disaster that would be for not only for those two countries but for much of the world. But the fact that Iran is showing a greater strength is a deterrent aspect to any aggression from the United States or from the Zionist entity.
And for my last question, do you think that this maneuver, this journey actually helps Iran find better markets for its defense technologies?
Yes, it certainly can, because Iran has proven what it can do. It's proven its capabilities, and other countries that do not want to rely on the United States. They understand that any agreements with the United States can be violated at any time, that the United States is not their ally. So this provides a market for Iran, and Iran has shown that it has products that it can create that can benefit other countries in their defense of foreign aggression. Iran, as I mentioned before, is not interested in offense. It hasn't invaded another country in like 200 years or more, and so its technology is for defensive purposes, not for offense. And many countries in the world are looking for defense, and they're not interested in invading other countries. They're only interested in protecting their own borders and their own people. And Iran now possibly has a product that it can sell to them, which will only benefit Iran's economy.
Okay, thank you so much. This was Robert Fantina joining us from Ontario, Canada. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. Looking forward to having more interviews with you, and have a good day.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Goodbye. And thank you for watching SNN TV. Stay tuned.